Hello, this is Temporal, and this is Brutally Honest Bandai Kits. And this is the SD Cross Silhouette Gundam Calibarn from the second season of The Witch from Mercury, but in chibi form. So, this is a super deformed, but with a more articulated frame. And for this kit, you can build it in two ways. You got the standard form, standard SD form, but you also got the cross silhouette frame here, or the cross silhouette form, which gives it a much taller build and better articulation compared to the regular SD frame, which I will show off in a bit. But before really starting this video off, I'm just going to say it straight out. This is the best SD I have ever built. It's not even close to a lot of them. Some of them have really cool gimmicks or like very, shiny gold parts, but this one just hits different. And it's not because I'm shilling for the Calibarn, even though the Calibarn's such a fucking good design. Well, anyways, let's get into this review here. So I'm going to show it off next to a standard SD, and that standard SD of my choice will be my Phoenix. So, as you can see, it's a little bit taller than the Phoenix. Oh, shit. It's also a little bit more thinner than the Phoenix here. So, this is the BB Senshi one, and this is the Cross Silhouette one. So, different little builds there. Also, different proportions. Much more stockier, like the old ones. I think I have the Musha here as well, which I believe is also a bit more stocky in person compared to the slimmed down cross silhouette. But, the cross silhouette has better articulation and stuff. Some other stuff that came with this kit is the standard SD frame, and this guy does not use any polycaps whatsoever, so it's pretty sturdy for sure. Well, they're both pretty sturdy, but the polycaps probably will loosen over time. And, I didn't really use any of this frame since I built the cross silhouette form, which uses this frame. Except this one doesn't use all of them, so it's, probably a bit more sturdy than the standard cross silhouette frame. Oh shit. You saw nothing. Moving the Musha knocked everything over. So for extra leftover parts, it's just a few little parts here or there, and that's just different leg parts. This is used for the standard SD, and there's no bend at the knee there, so this one does. So those were extra parts if you wanted to build the standard SD. As for sticker usage, I used quite a few of them for the V-fin, the chest area, thighs, shoulders. I didn't use any of the eye stickers since the eyes are color separated in a clear plastic, and you can swap them between the SC eyes as well, but I'm not going to do that since taking off the head is a pain in the ass, and you really only want to build one form of this. So let's line them up in the middle, take off all the accessories, and then go over all the articulation. Alright, so head is on a ball joint, and you get a little hinge as well, so you get some crazy articulation with this guy. So looking up, looking down, and you got your full rotation. Never mind, you don't get your full rotation. The beam sabers are in the way. As I'm going over this articulation here, I did panel line the whole thing in gray and, black for the red parts. Arm does swing out it does go push in, push out, but I think this one shows it better. But that's the swing there. It's not bad. It's not awful. Torso's on the ball joint. It was pretty loose when I started building this guy, but I put some glue on there, let it dry, and now it's a bit sturdier. Backpack thrusters are on ball joints. The skirting armor does nothing. Kicks to the side. Poor, they're on ball joints. Barely any rotation. Kicks, non-existent. Back kicks, better. You get a single jointed bend at the knee, which is so good for an SD kit. And ball jointed feet. Arms are also on single joints, same with the high grade. And hands are on ball jointed wrists. You also get full rotation, and arms can swing out about perpendicular. So articulation for this SD kit is super, for sure, considering you really don't get any articulation for any SD kits, but this one is so good. As for accessories, we get the witch broom here, which I did paint some parts there. I also did, some paint on this guy as well. All those little gray bits there. But I think I showed them well enough in the shorts I released over the week or so. So we have the witch broom here. I painted the green for scope and stuff. It does come with a handle here in gray. This handle here right here. This handle here is supposed to be in gray as well. Just didn't want to paint it, didn't really care. It's going to go on the hands anyways. The little back parts here, I painted the back area with green, and they are also just on ball joints. And, you can't really store it anywhere on the body, so it has to go in the hand right there. For extra hands, we have widespread open hands, which have hollow parts. But, I really want to use these things, but I also want to have the shield in its stored mode here. But you can, take off these parts and attach them to, for example, did I go in here? No, they do. The bit on form, which I might show off, I might not. I'm just going to show it off then. Alright, so we have all the parts here. I'm going to use the high-grade Calibarn for where things go. So, let's do that. Let's start with back skirt. And we need this piece right here. And as per what it does, it goes on to the back. Just like that. It probably will limit articulation a little bit, but I think it's fine. Next we have these pieces right here, which slide in there, just like that. Very nice. Let's get the second piece here, and slide it in. Very, very nice. It gives it some nice looking wings. Next up is this part. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Oh, wait. Is that the right way? Hang on. I'm going to double check. Alright, so it was the right way, so I was doing it right. Alright, next up is this part. Oh, wait. These are supposed to be white. Yeah, I'm not going to paint that. Too late. It's too late already. These go in like this. Like that. Where's the other one? These are probably prone to fall out for sure, but they attach decently well. Next up are, let's do the side skirts. Okay, this is on this side then. There is little pegs here, and they will fit in the little pegs. Come on. There we go. There's one. And here's two. This is gonna make up the majority of this fucking video, isn't it? Attaching all the parts. Next up, we have this part. I did paint the green there, and I believe this just attaches into that area. And then this one attaches into here. Yeah. He looks a lot more intimidating now. And I guess that's where I'm going to end off the video. It's been 10 minutes of reviewing this fucking SD kit here. But anyways, this kit is it's probably the best SD I've ever made. It's a quite solid kit. If you like the Calibarn, I'd recommend this kit. Or if you want like a very nice, detailed, and posable SD kit, I'd recommend this. It probably doesn't really compare to an MGSD, but I have never built one of those, so this is probably my next best thing. And I think it'll look good on your shelf if you have like just standard high grades or a master grades. Probably fit decently well. Or if you want to use for kit bashing, which I might use the frame parts for, there's that as well. But this kit is it's very nice. It's gonna look on a lot of shelves for sure. And enough of me rambling. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for whenever I upload this, most likely Thursday. Check out the links down below. The Epic Games supporter creator code, the W code. Use that for 10% off the W purchase. I want my own flavor, please. And TikTok's dead, but YouTube's still alive. So that's where my main stuff is. Enough of me rambling on. Thank you for watching once again. Goodbye.